Alright folks, just doing a quick video here on some new lithium-ion batteries that I picked up. And these are rechargeable CR123As. And one of the things I like about these batteries, obviously, is that I don't have to use primaries. Primaries don't run out quick, but when they do, it's nice if you have a recharge option. So these are 3.7 volts. If you throw them on a charger, you can probably get them up to about 4.2 at 650 milliamps per hour, which is actually kind of low, but I think that primaries are usually around 750. So a lot of times you'll see RCR123s for sale on like eBay or Amazon, and they say that they're 2,000 mAh, and that's just bullshit, really. So anyhow, I bought these to use in my Phoenix PD30. And I use, right now, I had used primaries in this for a very long time. And then I switched to RCRs. And I don't know if I've done a video on these or not. And I use these Nikkor RCR123s. And they kind of are a tight fit in there. But these have worked well for me, and I haven't had any problems. And they do have circuit protection, which is very important when you use these kind of batteries. So one of the things I thought was, I'll worry about that later. What I thought was a little strange or odd is if you take a look at these batteries, look, it's powerful, reliable, and safe. And then, let me see if I can get this to zoom in. When you take a look at it, it says, warning, risk of fire, explosion, or burns. Do not disassemble, heat above 172 degrees. You really have to be careful when you're using lithium-ion batteries. You don't want to get them wet. You don't want them to short out. You don't want to not leave them in a case. Like, you'll see guys have these tucked in elastic straps in their EDC kit or their bag or something like that, and you really don't want that. You want them stored in a something like this. These are primaries, but you want them stored so they're not gonna short out, because they can get very hot. And somebody I was reading on one of the forums were saying that these batteries can get up to 1,500 degrees. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't want to find out either. So anyhow, when I talk about some of these flashlights, another thing that you have to be careful about is that when you use primaries, let's see if I can get this open. I don't know if this is going to show up or not. So that is 3 volts. So when you take something like these RCR123As, they're 3.7, and you charge them up to 4.2. You're starting to talk about 8.4 volts going through a flashlight that's probably rated at 6 volts. And that starts to be a little bit of an issue. It's my understanding it's not a real big problem with this Phoenix because it has overdrive protection on the circuit. But when I use this flashlight, if it starts getting hot or something like that, you really just need to be mindful. It's not the kind of thing you want to accidentally get turned on in turbo mode in your bag when you're not around. So again, you really have to be careful with these batteries and just be mindful of what you're doing. Anyhow, let's pop these babies out. Let's see how hard that's going to be. And I want to throw them in a charger and see what voltage they shipped at. There we go. I got these from Going Gear for a pretty reasonable price. I think they were about $4.50 a battery, which is great. These batteries you can charge about 500 times, give or take, and a decent primary is about $2 a battery. So I mean, the cost savings is huge. Alright, so anyhow, here's the charger. Taking a look at it. Let's go ahead and put these things on here. So 3.85, that's pretty good. So I'm going to kick this up to 1 amp or 1,000 mAh per hour. Look, this one's already going up to 4. And we're going to see how that goes. So I'll be back when they're done charging. Alright folks, we're back. And looks like these batteries topped out at 416, 417, somewhere right around there. You'll see them bouncing back and forth a little bit. They charge pretty quick. They're not hot, they're not warm or anything like that. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use these in the PD30. I did want to say, you really need to be careful, and I'm not an expert on batteries, but these things can short out and they can be a hazard pretty quick. So I don't recommend putting more voltage into a flashlight than it is, or any device, than it is recommended for. And I also would recommend using things like chargers, batteries, and lights that have circuit protection, that have undercharging and overcharging protection. So anyhow, that's it. Thanks everybody.